Hi, my name is Barbara Harvey, and I am the Chief Consultant for Harvey's Consultant Services. We are an agency that works with business leaders and their teams to create communities that are family-friendly focused. We do this through a series of different kinds of activities. So we definitely come in and sit down with your human resources team and we talk about what family-friendly practices are going to work for your team. It's going to be different for different companies because if you have a large team of millennials and Gen Yers, you're going to need more children and parent-friendly kinds of programs. But if your company has people that are the 40s and 50s, those are folks that are going to be looking for the sandwich generation. You know, you're going to have some of them, or you're going to need some children stuff. But you may need other things that are going to be for adults who are taking care of their parents. Then there are looking at your pet parents. What do they need? You're looking at foster parents. What do they need? And so you're going to have a lot of different kinds of particular policies that are going to work for you. A big one is, do you have more men or more women working for you? That's going to make a large difference in what kind of policies you offer. But we go beyond the policies because it's great to have human resource benefits for your staff, but what you really want is to build a family-friendly community, which means that your team knows one another's families. They understand what's going on and how to support each other. If you have a spouse who's sick, if you have a spouse who just walked out and left you and the kids, sometimes those things will hinder your team from being able to move forward because someone on the team isn't fully focused on what's going on. And so if they can come to work and somebody's there that they can talk to, they can get their minds off things for a few minutes and really focus in on the job, then you've built a great community. One of my favorite stories about this kind of community comes from Simon Sinek's book, Leaders Eat Last. He's talking about the recession of 2008, and there was a company whose business leader said, I'm not laying anybody off. Nobody's getting laid off. What we're going to do instead is everybody from me as CEO and head to the last person hired, all of us are taking a 3-week furlough. None of us, or all of us are going to take a little bit of pain, so none of us have to take major pain. And so after announcing that, his teams got together and they took care of each other. Those who could afford to take 4 or 5 weeks and it wasn't going to hurt them took 4 or 5 weeks so that those who couldn't afford to take a whole 3 weeks only had to take 1 or 2 weeks. And so they worked as a team, they worked as a community, and what they did is they developed something that was, to me, magical. And that's the kind of place that I want to work in. As a leader, I want my team to feel that way. I want them to feel like we've got their back. So that creates employee loyalty like nothing else ever could. You know, I understand the bottom line is important. If we're not doing the best we can to make sure that we are making money for ourselves, for our investors, for the board, for all of those folks, then we're not really doing our job as leaders as far as the company is concerned. But if we aren't taking care of our people and we aren't making sure that our people are getting their needs met and understanding unequivocally that what happened to them outside of work hours is important to their focus, is important to the way they can participate on the team as things go, then we're not doing them or us any favors. And so family-friendly community is what I'm talking about building. Our services, we offer several things. We'll come in and sit down with your human resources folks and look at what policies you need, as we spoke about earlier. We'll talk about some lunch and learn. What kind of family-friendly thing can you offer to your staff? For instance, we have a great class called Defining Values and Achieving Goals. We can come in and help your team figure out who they are, who they want to be, and develop stronger, more focused persons. And because they're stronger and more focused, they're going to know better how they fit within your team and how what they do. And you may find out that they don't really fit in your team or in the team they're in. And you need to know those things, and they need to know those things. So beyond Lunch and Learn, we also help you create events around family-friendly things that will really help your team gel. So maybe it's family come to work day. Maybe a Saturday or Sunday afternoon, everybody comes together and we see what we do. What does mom or dad do at work all day? Who is on their team? Who do they work with? You know, how do these things work? And when families understand what's going on at work and the people that at work, they become more supportive. But also the team within the work environment becomes more focused and more connected because they know the people that the other teammates are connected to. And we're talking about building a community. And why that's important is because if I know that my team at work has my back and they know that my wife is dealing with breast cancer and they're very supportive and they're helpful and they're emotionally there for me when I'm having a hard time, I'm more likely to stay at that company because I know that when I needed them, they were there. That builds a kind of relationship that builds loyalty, but not just loyalty among your employers. When people know that you're a company that cares and takes care of your employees, they want to shop with you. They want to spend money with you. And one of the reasons why Starbucks and Chick-fil-A have such long-lasting and faithful customer base is because Starbucks takes care of their staff through, you work 16 hours, you get benefits. Chick-fil-A takes care of their staff. You work for Chick-fil-A, you don't work on Sunday. Nobody works on Sunday. So there are things that they have done in their reputation that help them not only look after their employees, but help the general population know that they take care of their employees and therefore give them more credibility out in the marketplace. And that's why these companies last. That's why they're so strong. That's why it's hard to take them out, because their customer base is loyal because they're loyal to their employees. So if you want to develop that kind of reputation in the community, if you want to develop that kind of company, then Harvey's Consulting Services is for you. Give us a call. Let's sit down and chat. That's what we're about. That's why we're here. Thank you so much. Have a great day.